mentioned before the educational fair, and then it's educators coming to Israel from overseas or from foreign destinations. What do you tell to educators who might have concerns about safety issues?
This is something, security issues always comes up. And I understand that. At the same time, educators must understand that Israel is a very, very safe place to be. Media, TV, newspaper, talk about Israel, about things that happen in the surrounding areas of Israel, but Tel Aviv itself, Jerusalem, and the areas that most of the people live are very safe. And I do understand the concern, but a lot of people come to Israel are very surprised from the security level, the fact that it's a very open, liberal community. Tel Aviv itself known for its nightlife, restaurants. We have a lot of tourists from all over the world constantly coming to Israel for different businesses. Very vibrant community. Nothing that you see on TV or on the news, it's actually what's happened within the day-to-day life. So I can guarantee to every educator who wants to be in Israel, do some homework, talk to some other educator providers that been here to Israel, and kind of brainstorm with them, get their tips, so they hear that not from someone who lives in Israel, from someone who actually visited in Israel.
Find out yourself.
Exactly.
So what kind of government support do you have?
So we have a few kinds of government support. We work very closely with the different embassies located in Israel. So it's very important for us to have the U.S. Commercial Service on board to help us promote education in the U.S. It's important for us to work with the Canadian Embassy to promote education in Canada. Same goes for the UK and the British Council and the Australian Embassy and any other embassy which is in Israel and actively recruits students. We believe that if we promote destination first and then break it down to schools, it's going to help the market. So currently we collaborate with every embassy in Israel. Obviously the big one will be the Commercial Service, the Canadian, the British Council, and the Australian Embassy.
What ways of financing do Israeli students have when they go to study abroad?
The government of Israel does not finance any programs to study abroad. The only programs which is financed is the US Fulbright mission. Besides that, the fundings are coming exclusively from the students and the family. Israel is a very price-sensitive market, so schools that are coming to Israel and looking to recruit in Israel need to remember that scholarships are a very important factor of student decision. Any financial aid packages they can offer would be a great incentive for students to come to the schools. And the parents and the families want to make sure students can afford starting the school and complete the degree.
Thank you so much for sharing that information as Israel as an outbound market, and thank you for coming, David.
Thank you.